Okay, it's time to learn how to optimize your shipment splits in 2025. So we're going to talk a little bit about setup of FBA, shipping addresses, navigation, product selection, naming shipments, and most importantly, optimize shipments A to Z. Here we go. First thing for all of you guys out there, what is FBA? FBA Fulfillment by Amazon program that lets you outsource your order fulfillment to Amazon. Offers customer service and free 2-day shipping through Prime. Look at the little model we have here. We have FBA, you have your inventory, it goes to Amazon, then it goes directly to the customer. You got FBM down here, it's your inventory sitting with you, then it goes to FedEx, UPS, USPS, DHL directly to the customer. So those are their differences. Now, for those of you guys that need basic navigation, never done this before, you need to update your shipping address when you start. First thing you're going to do is hit that. You're going to hit that hamburger, head on down to inventory, go over to shipments, hit that shipments tab again. Drop down menu is going to bring up send to Amazon. It'll bring up that screen. Top of the screen will say send to Amazon. Those of you guys that are operating from next gen, you guys are going to go ahead and hit the plus symbol, and then it's going to take you directly to send to Amazon. Super simple. From there, you'll need to add a ship from address, hit that add contact, and then what you'll do is add your information, hit that save and close, and it'll take you to that next screen where you'll then be able to basically go through your basic navigation. When we're starting any shipment, we always want to name our workflow. Going to hit that little pen right there, change the name. What can we change the name to, guys? We can change it to things like list as FBA, first FBA, extra products, day of the week. Let's call it Tuesday. Let's call it school. Let's call it anything we want. We can call it beauty. Sometimes I'm working a box. I call it Wednesday. Sometimes my son is working on. We call it B-Dog. Whatever we want to call it. But we want to make sure that we have it in there in the navigation. And the reason why is this. Every time you guys add a listing, what happens is you create a new workflow when you click the button send to Amazon. So you have these active workflows that are sitting in there. And then when you're sitting in the shipment too long, what ends up happening is it basically boots you out of that area. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to like streamline some things and make it so that if you end up closing this out, you can come back to it by just clicking on where it says active workflows. Now, next step in here is remember this. You have to add your listings, guys. You got to add your listings before you start. It takes anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes to load a listing in here so that you can send it. When you're out shopping and you find a product, you're approved to sell it, add it on the spot for 2 reasons. Number one, you don't have to research again what that product is selling for, why you picked that price, any of that stuff. It's already in there. Number two, it saves time when it's time to do your shipment. And actually, now that I think about it, one more thing. If you're auto approved on the spot, how long do you think those auto approvals are going to be there? They're not going to be there forever, guys. I know this. I know this is a fact. I know this because this has happened to me as well. You've been approved for something, you buy something, you forget to list it. 6 months later, you find the product, and guess what? You're not approved to sell it anymore. Shit happens all the time with this kind of stuff. So do yourselves a favor and set that up. The next thing is, let's go over optimize shipments. Now, what is an optimized shipment? It's an Amazon's offering basically inbound placement fee option where there's no fee for optimized shipments. What is an optimized shipment? It's when they allow you, they allow you to basically split everything into up to 10 boxes, minimum 5 boxes. You must have 5 boxes to pull this off. What happens is you're going to put the equal amounts of everything into those boxes, 5 boxes, 6 boxes, 7 boxes, 8 boxes, to a max of 10 boxes. You're going to select out your inventory. You got 2 pairs of socks in box 1. Box 4 needs to have 2 pairs of socks. 2 pairs, 2 pairs, 2 pairs, 2 pairs, 2 pairs. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not going to repeat it again. 2 soccer balls, 2 soccer balls, 2 soccer balls, 2 soccer balls, 2 soccer balls over here as well. Over here, 1 basketball, 1 basketball, 1 basketball. I know this seems repetitive, but the simplicity is they have to be exact. And when you close the box, and you don't have anything on the outside, it wouldn't matter because every box was exactly the same. Now, you could have a box with just sunblock, and they could have 20 sunblocks, 20 sunblocks, 20 sunblocks, 20 sunblocks, 20 sunblocks. And that would optimize as well, but that would take you into the next levels of creating packing templates. And we're not doing that today. Today, we're actually doing optimized shipments. So let's talk about our first step. First step is to actually select out some inventory. After you've selected the inventory, you've put in the information in terms of how it's going to be packed. No prep needed, and the number of units, you're going to go down and you're actually going to select the option to pack individual units, which will bring up the next screen. And this is where I think a lot of people get mixed up. As you're doing this screen, you see you have 40 and you have 60. If you remember right, we selected 40 of the one item, 60 of the other. It's going to ask me, will everything fit in one box? Well, chances are it probably will. But what I want is I want my FBA units become available now so that they sell on Amazon in the next few days. And that's the reality of the new Amazon with optimized shipment splits. It allows you to spread your inventory in those 5 boxes amongst 4 or 5 different fulfillment centers that allows them to open those units up and start selling them within 3 to 7 days. So we want to select the option that says multiple boxes will be needed and hit that confirm button. Once we do that, what's going to happen is you're going to see the next form will open up. It's going to ask you how many boxes. The answer is 5. In the next screen, you can add a 6, you can add a 7th, you can add all kinds of stuff, but the minimum is 5. So we're going to go ahead and put in 5. We're going to enter it through what we call the web form, and we're going to open the web form. So we're going to put 5, then click on the web form. And then what's going to happen is it's going to allow us to separate each of the units here. You can see box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5. 8 of these, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, for a total of 40. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, for a total of 60. All of it in a Walmart small box, 15 by 12 by 11. Check off each one, and the boxes weigh 21 pounds. If you get an error message when you hit the confirm packing information, you're going to want to go back. You're going to weigh it again to make sure that it's correct. But you can see we have 40 units here, 60 units here, 40 of 40 have been accounted for. 60 of 60 have been accounted for. Units boxed, 100 of 100 units have been accounted for. Once we know that's correct, we're going to hit that blue button, move us into the next screen. Inside of here, you can see we have the 40, the 60, 5 boxes have been done. Now there's no error message. We're going to hit that confirm and continue right here. It'll take us to our next screen. It's going to load. Give it a minute. The shit is going to load. It isn't instant. This is not a perfect system, guys. Let it load. Stop messing with it. Stop wondering what's happening with it. Just let it load, okay? Then what's going to happen is it's going to bring up your options. You're going to select small parcel delivery, Amazon partnered carrier. If you unselect the Amazon partnered carrier, that means you are going to have to take this down to UPS, the post office, and pay retail rates, which will be 3 times this cost. Now you can see if I were to take this shipment of 100 units and send it directly and all of it together, it would cost me $107. That's $20 in placement fees, $87 in shipping fees. That's one shipment total going to Florida. I could also select one shipment going central. Remember, I'm on the West Coast, and this would cost me less in shipping at $74 with $31 in placement fees. So they're literally going to charge me 31 cents per unit because I didn't get it split. It's just one shipment. Again, the next one, I could keep it on the West Coast. It could all go to New Mexico. In this example, it could go from Vegas to New Mexico. Cost would be $46. Placement fee, 38 cents per unit. Remember, we have 100 units. Or I could select the best option of all, the lowest price, and going to Indiana, Arizona, Indiana, California, and Pennsylvania. And because I'm doing it this way, actually I'm in Vegas. So 2 of these boxes, actually, the one in California and the one in Arizona, will be received tomorrow. And then what will happen is those will probably be open. Most likely not tomorrow, but maybe in the next day or 2. They start selling. And because I did this box configuration with 5 boxes with this and this and this and this, now those are going to start selling. And this is where FBAs change. This is where your game changes completely. $71, send it out. Now, personally, I will tell you this, 71 is high for 100 units. I would go and find some very small, lightweight items that you can put in there. And I'd increase the number of units inside your box so that it would be a little bit more favorable and you'd be looking at something a little bit less. Because I think 71 is high for 100 units. So I'd push this up to about 150, 250 units. And then from there, you're going to see that this is going to be the most favorable. Now, once we've selected this and we're quite happy with it, we can go ahead and go on to our next step, which basically tells us that we are ready to pack our boxes and then not just pack them, but put our labels on the outside and get ready to send them out. I hope this information has helped you. For those of you guys that have been shying away from doing FBA because you think that FBM is faster, the game is changing. Things are easier. And I would tell everybody that's out there that if you have not taken the time to at least try this one time, even if it's just a mock shipment, pretend, where you don't actually commit the shipment and you just pretend, you owe it to yourself to understand how this process works and also take the time to see if you could actually get some stuff shipped out from your state to the neighboring state that could potentially be received in the next day or two and become available for sale on Amazon that would actually exceed all of your expectations and all of the things that had actually occurred on your merchant fulfilled or FBM orders. Do take the time to watch the video again if you have to, but this is the steps for how to optimize in 2025. If you guys have any questions, reach out, book yourself a 15-minute call at my bio. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.